Good day, everyone. Welcome to today's daily devotion. Today's reading will be taken from Isaiah chapter 55, verse 11, and reads as follows. So is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent it. Now, in this passage, God is addressing the Israelites. He's really trying to affirm the point that His nature is not like ours. When He says His words hold weight, and when He says something, those things do become a reality. He's really trying to put into the Israelites' mind just how all-powerful and all-consuming He is. Now, I've taken this part of the text out in particular just to speak about the power of words. Now, we've all heard the buzzwords that go around these days, like manifest or manifestation, or sayings such as, your tongue holds weight, or what comes from your tongue is powerful. And while to a certain extent these have become cliches, it doesn't necessarily mean that they aren't true. It doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't some logic to it just because it's trending. I mean, we as humans are great self-motivators. And the word motivate doesn't necessarily mean for good. I think for me it means when we say something or think something, we're usually really good at persuading our mind that that's the way something should be, or the way we should look at something. Whether good or bad, when we have a thought or when we say something out loud, we usually are very good at persuading ourselves to see something in that way. Think about when you say something about yourself, when you say something negative, whether it be about your appearance, or whether it be about your skill or the qualities you have. Whether you say something good about yourself, usually it means that you see yourself in that light. If anything, you give yourself the chance to live up to what it is that you were thinking or that you've said out loud. And now think about the other instance when you've said you're not good enough. Whether again it be your appearance or the skills you have or the skills you lack. When you talk negatively about yourself, you tend to look in the mirror and see those things more clearly. You see, the way we think and what we say out loud really does warp our realities. It warps the way we see things, even though they're not real. When God says, when He speaks, these things don't come back empty, He's merely saying that when He says something, it comes true. That when He has a thought, or when He goes forth, He intends to keep the promise that He's made, not only to His people, but to Himself. And again, if we're meant to be on earth and meant to in some way portray the ways of God and the ways of Christ, then maybe we should do the same. Maybe what we say and the way we speak about the world or about ourselves should be in the light that we intend to go. See, if we speak negatively about ourselves, then more often than not, we'll find ourselves in a pretty dire situation. If we speak positively about ourselves, we at the very least give ourselves the chance to work towards something, to hold ourselves accountable to the words that we've spoken. See, I'd much rather speak growth into my life than destruction. I'd rather speak joy into my life than despair. And even if those two things don't come true, at the very least I've given myself the chance to experience them. And these things and the way we see the world and the way we see ourselves, oftentimes they can be hard when we look at these things through the lens of the world, when we compare ourselves to the rest of the world. I mean, there's always someone who's going to have more than you, or someone that the world is going to perceive as looking better than you. And if we always try to live up to those expectations, we're always going to be disappointed. I think we can only truly speak positively about the world and think positively about ourselves when when we let God guide the way we think and speak. When we truly do believe that we were created in God's image, that every single shape or every single quality that we have obtained or that we hold comes from God. Only then will we get to appreciate the beauty and what it is we are as individuals and humans. I think if you always try and place yourself in the line with the other 8 billion people on planet Earth, you're never going to be in the front. You're never going to feel worthy or enough. I think then only you get to see just how good and just how wonderfully you were made. When you get to see the world through the eyes of God, you get to see just how perfectly everything makes sense. Just how wonderfully everything has been made. When you look at the world and look at yourself through the lens of God's eyes, only then do you give yourself the chance to serve the purpose that you were intended for. Because you get to see the things that are worth living for. You get to see the things that are worth fighting for. So may we think and see and also speak through the lens of God. Knowing that yes, we're not perfect, but that we're wonderfully made. That yes, the world isn't perfect, but that God made something that it can't be replicated by anyone or anything. That's something we can live for, something we can fight for, something that we can save. That the way we speak about the world and everyone else in it, that matters. That when we speak positively, we at the very least give the world and ourselves a chance to live up to that. So may we give ourselves that chance. May we see the beauty in the world. May we also speak that very beauty into the world. And give it a chance to be everything it could be. Amen.